Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been a few months since my last video and I wanted to give a quick update on how things are going. I'm going to go over how my wife and I managed to cut our monthly bills by $1,000. I personally don't think we did anything too drastic, but your mileage may vary. Everyone needs to decide for themselves what level of comfort they want in their lives, and for the things you do want to keep, check if there are cheaper alternatives out there. Taking the time and effort to review your monthly bill could go a really long way to saving you money. Money that's better spent on, say, investing in your TFSA. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's get right into the good news. That is, Enbridge raised its dividends by 3% from 81 cents to 83.5 cents. 2.5 cents isn't a lot, but at almost 800 shares, that raises the dividend they give me by $6.50 per month. Other than that, things have been a bit boring and uneventful. But boring and uneventful equals profitable, and most of all, no stress. In my last video, the market value of my portfolio was $155,500, and I was receiving $780 per month in dividends. Since then, I maxed out both our TFSA accounts by adding $13,000, and I used that money to purchase equal amounts of TD and Royal Bank. And with the dividends I collected during the past 3 months, those went into H&R REIT and TD Active Global Enhanced Dividend ETF. Now get ready, because here comes a lot of numbers. Are you ready? Okay. As of today, my portfolio is valued at $187,700. That's from a principal investment of $147,500, giving me a profit of $40,200, or 27%. And I currently collect $840 per month in dividends. That's up $60 per month since my last video. Like I said before, boring, uneventful, and profitable. Clearly, the growth from 2021 has been insane. I think this video from Dave Portnoy pretty much sums it up.
Everything's just going up. Spirits at 20. 2063 spirits going bananas to the roof. Penn up 34. Holy shit. Delta up 35 grand. Planes, trains, automobiles. Buckle up, boys. The ship's going so fast you're falling out the car. Alaskan Airlines 4133. Everything's going up. Stocks only go up. This is the easiest game I've ever been a part of. You buy your planes, you buy your trains, you buy your automobiles, you buy your casinos, and you're rich. You're fucking rich. You're Scrooge McDuck rich. Boeing's up 5%. Spirit is up 17% after being up 17% yesterday. Penn's up 2%. Norwegian's up 1.5%. Guys, winners, 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 winners. Chicken dinners. My stocks are the best. Is that what we're talking about? I have the best. Listen, I have the best stocks. Warren Buffett has the worst. I have the best. How do you like that?
However, all good things must come to an end. And if I were to guess, I'd say generally speaking, rising prices are going to slow down drastically, if not maintain their current price, within a small amount. Prices can't continue to go up at this rate forever because at some point, the value just won't be there. But market value aside, I focus more on monthly dividends because they allow me to purchase more stocks, which brings in more dividends, which allow me to buy more stocks. And that is, as they say, the circle. So what do I plan to do going forward? Well, I'm not yet at the point in my investment journey where I could afford to invest in companies like Tesla or DoorDash or cryptocurrency. It's true that those have the potential for huge growth, but they also have the potential to flop. Before I consider those type of assets, there are still more blue chip companies I want to invest in, such as Manulife, Algonquin, Apple, not to mention growth ETFs like iShares Corp S&P US Total Market Index ETF. That was a mouthful. Or Vanguard's growth ETF portfolio. And that's exactly what I'll be doing with my dividends in the coming months. If you'd like to keep updated on how these choices play out, please consider subscribing so you'll be notified when I post another video. Next, I wanted to share 8 things my wife and I have done to cut down our monthly bills. I've ordered these from the least savings to the most savings. Starting with number 1, bought a thermostat. Kind of. When we moved into our house almost 10 years ago, a few bills were just automatically transferred to us. Bills such as gas, water heater, alarm system, and our thermostat. I just paid for all these things. But once I did start to think about these bills, the thermostat was the first one to get cut. That bill was $18 a month. I wanted to double check if the lease was up or if there was a fee in breaking the contract. So I called up the company and I asked for this information. Apparently, the contract did expire, so I asked if I could stop renting the unit, and they said yes, no fuss at all. My plan was then to purchase another one from Best Buy or Amazon, so I asked how I could send the item back, and guess what they said? Keep it. So there it was. Just because I had the idea to call and cancel, there was $18 off our monthly bill. The second thing we did to bring our monthly bills lower is switching banks. We were with TD, and both my wife and I had checking accounts that charged us $15 in fees. Thanks to a financially educated coworker of mine, he told me to use Tangerine because they don't charge these fees. So after a bit of looking into it, I decided to move us over there. Instant savings of $30 per month. And according to Tangerine, we've saved $1,318 in fees since we became a client. Okay, this next one requires you to put in a little money up front, but after some time, that's when the savings start. I'm talking about buying our own water heater. Similar to the thermostat, when we moved into our house, we automatically inherited the water heater rental. And like all those bills, I continued to pay it. Then I did the math and I found out that a tankless water heater would cost around $3,000. Divide that by $40, which was the amount I was paying for the rental, and buying our own would pay for itself in a little over 6 years. There's also the added benefit that tankless water heaters use less energy because the water is heated on demand, opposed to the tank where the water is heated all the time, 24/7, regardless if you use it or not. So let's go and add $40 to the tally. Next, we have cutting our cell phone bills. For as long as I could remember, I've always been with Rogers, and especially since the iPhone first came out, I've always had a high bill because of the contracts. So on average, we were paying around $100 per month. That was until I found out that each communication company have a sister company that offer cheaper plans. These companies don't allow you to buy the latest phone on contract, but if you own your own phone, then there's no reason not to take advantage of these companies. Rogers' sister company is Chatter. I've tried a few other ones like Freedom Mobile or Public Mobile, but I found that Chatter offers the best reception. And if we go over our data plan, we could still access the data, but at a reduced rate. Considering my home and work both have Wi-Fi, I'm rarely using data anyways. From $100 with Rogers down to $40 with Chatter. And like our bank account, that's times 2 for my wife and I, which is an average savings of $120 per month. At number 5, we have eating out. Like most people, I ate out almost every day, costing an average of at least $10. Between coffee and something light to eat in the morning, to whatever I felt like for lunch. Chinese, Thai, Harvey's, Wendy's, McDonald's, sushi, pizza. But all that changed when I started making my own lunch. Soup, in fact. And I have to say, I love it. In a large crock pot, I put in chicken broth, chicken breast, carrots, spinach, onions, peppers, pastina, that's very small pasta spheres, and some chili flakes for heat. It's healthy, and I get anywhere from 10 to 12 jars each time. I then freeze it, and each day I take one out to defrost for the next day. It costs me around $22 per crock pot, and I do that twice a month. That means instead of spending $200 on takeout, I'm spending $44 for a savings of $156 per month. Now I get that most people don't want to eat the same thing every day, but the main point is that making your own food will save you a ton of money. Get some cold cuts for a sandwich, make a salad for variety. It will save you money and it's a lot healthier for you. Next we have cutting Kojiko. Each month I was paying $240 for cable TV, internet, and home phone. Home phone was easy to cut since we both have cell phones. For internet, I went back to my financially savvy coworker and he had been with Carrytel for a few years. I couldn't believe that I've never heard of any of these companies before. I thought that there were only the big telecommunication companies out there, but as it turns out, there's more options. Companies like Carrytel use the same infrastructure that big companies use, and they pay Rogers or Kojiko for this privilege. So nothing changed except the monthly bill. Then I replaced cable with Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime. Actually, we don't have Prime every month. Whenever we need to order something from Amazon, we get Prime for the 1-day shipping and instantly cancel the auto renewal. My wife also uses apps like HeyYou, which is basically Netflix for reality TV. So Kojiko's $240 bill down to $80. That's a savings of $160 per month. This next one may not apply to you, or the value of savings depends on how often you participate in said activity. I'm talking about drinking wine. We're going to be conservative here and say we drink 4 bottles per week at $12 each. 4 bottles times 4 weeks in a month, and that comes to $192 per month. And yet again, I have to thank my coworker because he's been making his own wine for years, and he's the one that convinced me to do the same. I buy the wine kits from Costco, and when they're on sale, that's when I stock up, buying 4 to 8 boxes at a time. Each box costs $65, and that makes 60 bottles of wine. If you're doing the math in your head, I'll save you the trouble. Each bottle of wine costs $1.08. $1.08. Instead of $12 a bottle, down to $1.08. Multiply that by 4 times a week, and that's a savings of $187 per month. Coming in at number 8 is cutting my own hair. I'm so trained to think about saving money, even down to my very core, that my own body took it upon itself to save me $25 a month and simply stop growing hair on my head. Nah, I'm just kidding. About putting this on my list, not the baldness. The real number 8 is grocery shopping. We have a big family, 2 adults, 3 pets, and 4 kids. That's a lot of mouths to feed, so no wonder groceries are the largest bill in my house. Enter the app, Flip. I love Flip. It has saved me the most money out of all the cuts we've made. Now this one does take some effort because you need to track how much and of which items you have in your house. And then you need to wait for that item to go on sale, and when it does, stock up. I once saved 59% of my bill. I saved over half of what it would have normally cost me. For example, I buy chicken breasts from M&M's for the soup I mentioned earlier. They're normally $30 a box, but when they go on sale for $24, that's when I buy 5 boxes at a time and keep them in my freezer. Likewise, with the frozen pizza we buy, the regular price is $6, but they could go on sale for $3 each. And when that happens, I stock up. Same thing for chicken wings. Actually, there's a lot of Maple Leaf Prime food we like. Popcorn chicken, burgers, chicken wings, stuffed chicken cutlets. And those items go on sale for 50% off. Again, that's when I buy 4 or 5 boxes at a time and keep them in my freezer. The one thing you can't buy in bulk are fruit and vegetables. But you could still save $1 to $3 here and there, and believe me, that adds up. A rough estimate is that the Flip app saves us around $300 per month. There you have it, 8 ways we've managed to bring our monthly bill down by $1,000 per month. And if you implement some of these savings, that's a lot of extra money that could go towards paying off debt, saving up for an emergency fund, or going towards your TFSA. Well, I'm going to end it there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you would like to see how this portfolio performs in the future, please subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.